new and innovative ideas do you hope to bring to the Sun Lakes customers?
Wow. So there's a lot of things that are happening. I mean, some of the things that you've seen already that we kind of modified and make some adjustments to. Have been hours of operation. You've seen the Sunday brunch that's going to be happening every single Sunday. And this is going to be an on work on progress. Obviously, this is something that we're excited to see because, as a new community, we got to observe first and get the feeling from the residents and from the members, getting their feedback and figuring out what's working, what's not working. And again, just trying to implement things that are going to be fun for members to enjoy and being able to again, build on that every single day. So that's extremely part of us being able to do that.
All right. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and best practices?
The trends. So let's see. We have CCL Hospitality. Has a tremendous amount of support and tools that we can utilize, and we actually get sent every single month. Different notifications as far as things that we can read on and keep updated with. I'm also blessed to be in the industry for many years and having a lot of good connections within the hotel industry. And I love to see new places, and every time there's a lot of people that I have promoted within the years that work for me have called me, friends that, I hire, from various positions and kind of lead up to becoming now GMs and things like that at other hotels. They'll call me and say, hey, we're trying this thing new. You want to come and take a look at it? From equipment, from, just techniques and things like that. So, I like to do that. I like to go out with my family always, yes, and enjoy food, as you can see. And that part of it is extremely important. And but it's every day. I mean, there's videos out there that you can actually take off, from TikTok, from Instagram, and things like that. But for the most part, it's the sort of articles that I read, as well as, again, just being out there within the business itself.
All right. What changes can customers expect from CC Hospitality and from you?
So again, I talked about earlier in regards to the different hours of operations that we already modified, and then there's going to be lots of things that we're going to be trying. From seeing like the brunch. You just experienced the brunch this past weekend, the Easter brunch, and we're kind of, again, work in progress. As they say, you hear this coming from me a lot. It's baby steps and as well as getting the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to hear that information, but with this, just making those modifications for Mother's Day to make those corrections and those tweaks to ensure that we get members, what they're looking for. And so that is something that you will see coming from us. It's just various events that you're going to be experiencing, hopefully, and get to enjoy and give us a feedback on that.
All right. As the food and beverage director, you oversee all aspects of operating an efficient and high-quality operation. How will you manage the consistency of the menu items that are served?
So Anita, it boils down back to training, as I talked about earlier, and just, training and daily checkups and inspect what you expect. I'm a firm believer of that. That has worked for me for many years and various houses that I worked at. And I think that right now the training that we have done, with the support team with CCL, it's been phenomenal. I mean, just from back of the house, we have a whole support team of executive chefs that came over and working with our current team members, ensuring that they understand the consistency of the menu items, consistency of the recipes. We have recipe books, we have pictures, and besides that, again, as I mentioned earlier, tasting the food is extremely important, and we have our servers ensuring that they are capable and power enough to taste the food, because obviously to me is if you don't know what you're selling, or if you don't taste what you're selling, then how can you explain that to a customer? And so to me that's extremely important. Give you an example. I'm a soup gentleman. I love my soups. So one thing that I do on a daily basis is I come in and I taste the soup. I want to make sure that the consistency is there, that the flavors, that everything that needs to be on that soup is there. And if it isn't, then I'll have a conversation with the executive chefs and so how we can tweak it and make sure that it's to the right consistency. But again, it boils down to just training and inspecting what you're expecting. We have a process in the kitchen, what we call expediter. That individual is the one that is standing in front of the line and kind of removing or orchestrating all the tickets that are, or the food that's coming out of the line from the cooks. That individual, I like to have that person be a culinarian, just because they're the ones that really see what those plates are looking like and how they need to look. And so that's the person that, to me, is important to ensure that they're communicating with the servers and having that quality insurance with residents.